Rock Pat here. All right, guys, it's another rocking day in the jungle, and it is officially first day of spring. Pecan tree is starting to put out its leaves, and we got another beautiful weekend here in Houston, Texas. All right, guys, well, I haven't made a video in a little bit because, let's see what happened. Okay, so the last time that I was working on Johnny here, and I was making that panel right there. If you go back and watch the video, I was about 3/4 of the way through this panel, and you see me straighten up and kind of jiggle my back a little bit. Well, I should have went over there and got on that inversion table that I got right then and there, but I didn't. And by the next day, about midway through the day, my back was so wrenched that I couldn't get up. I couldn't move for a week and a half, man. I was bad. I just could not move at all. So during that time, I was sitting there thinking, man, I got to do something, because I can't keep going down this road like this where my back goes out and customers are calling, they need their cars worked on, and I can't do anything. So for the very astute around here, you'll notice over there in that corner there seems to be something missing. I decided that while I was sitting there, man, I got to hire somebody. And forever I've been trying to hire me some kid and try to teach him how to do this, but I decided, and not really pay him a whole lot, to be honest with you. But I decided this time I got to try something else, because that's not working at all. So I decided, I put the word out that I was looking for a real mechanic, an actual guy that has a toolbox, that knows what the hell he's doing. I can trust that he can take a car apart, put it back together, and not have any issues. So for the next week or so, I'm looking around for that guy, and fortunately some morons down at the Chevrolet dealership over there in Alvin decided that they needed to play around with the brake clean, and they decided to burn the building down, and that left the mechanic without a job. So I heard about the old boy. I had him come over here, and instead of, the problem I've always had with wanting to hire a mechanic is I don't have 40 hours worth of work for him. So that becomes a problem, because you need a guy to be able to make enough money to live. Last year, my labor rate was $95 per hour. At the beginning of January 1st, I had decided that it was because of the inflation and everything else. I can't even go to McDonald's without it costing me $20 damn for one meal. That, hey man, 95 ain't gonna cut it anymore. And I jumped my labor up from 95 to 115. Well, I started doing the math and everything. I looked at my books from last year, and I figured out that I had basically run 7.5 hours per week average. Okay, there's going to be weeks in which I'd probably had 20 or so hours, but on average I had 7.5 hours a week. Well, I knew there was the companies around here that I've been wanting to go talk to, but I get overrun with, one week I got 15 cars sitting here, and the next week I got nothing. So I didn't want to go overburden myself. So I figured, okay, if I hire somebody, I can go look for more work and make it work. But I wouldn't be able to hire somebody and pay them. The going rate for a mechanic around here is about $25 to $35 per flag hour. Not clock hour, guys. Flag hour. We work on commission in the mechanic field. We don't work on the clock. We work on commission, okay? Per job. Brake job, 1 hour. Front rotors and pads pays 1 hour. Blower motor, 1 hour usually, okay? And if you're done with it in 20 minutes, congratulations. We both just made money, right? So, I started doing the math and everything, and I figured that if I could offer a guy $50 per labor hour and guarantee him at minimum 10 hours a week, then that'll get somebody a couple $1,000s a month minimum, and that's barely enough to live on around this place, okay? But I want to go, bring that number up, okay? So I talked to this guy Gary and everything, and I gave him my offer and everything, and then I basically waited a week for him to accept it. I personally would have accepted the job right away, but it is what it is, right? So during that next week, I had to put on my spurs and get my buddy Ken that drives this tow truck right here to get all his shit out of the middle of my garage over here. And once I finally got his crap out of the way, I drug both of those lifts that I got out of that corner and began assembling them over here in my second garage. So last week, I guess it was a week ago Friday, I moved these over here. I spent Saturday trying to get everything wired up. I spent Sunday working on it, and finally finished it off Monday by getting it all bolted into the ground and everything. Had to get my buddy to get all his crap off the floor because he had it all the way out here. I mean, it was just all that stuff way out here, just in the way. Can't do anything because it's all in here, right? So got it up all on the shelves, used Forky McForkster to put some of that stuff up there in the top shelf and everything on some pallets and all. So I'm happy about that. That worked out real well, I guess. But what I'm mainly happy about is on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I had the new mechanic working on all the cars that came in my garage, and we pumped out 15.4 hours worth of labor at billable hours in that 3 days. I know that's not sounding like a lot, but it made him $770, and it made me a little bit over $1,000 in my labor time. So I doubled my output for that first week, and the beautiful thing is, not one time did I have to go wash my hands to get any grease off of it. But there were still some hurdles that went down over the last week. Parts department once again had to fire another damn O'Reilly's. I know I keep bitching about the O'Reilly's, but I don't know how the O'Reilly's is in your town. But here in Houston, the biggest problem with O'Reilly's is nobody there has a stake in anything, okay? They're not franchise owned, they're corporate owned, so there's no owner there that gives a damn whether or not the employees take care of the customers properly. On Wednesday, I ordered parts at 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get them to my garage until almost noon. That's unacceptable. Thursday, I upsold some upper control arms on a truck we were working on, and this was at noon. I call back over to the store, I'm put on hold. 10 minutes goes by, I hang up, I call back. The same person answers the phone that I don't need to talk to, puts me on hold again. 5 minutes go by, I hang up again. Now my boiling point is getting reached here. Again, I'm put on hold for another 3 minutes. Finally, I hang up, I get in my truck, and I drive over to the parts store. Takes me 5 minutes to get over there. Where do I find the person that I'm trying to get in touch with? Outside, Slim Jim, and trying to get into somebody's car that some idiot locked their damn car. I jumped out of my truck and I got out there. Hey, Greg, are you a damn locksmith or are you a damn parts man? I'm livid. Now, just so you know, I average spend $20,000 to $30,000 in the O'Reilly's yearly by myself. You see, if it was a franchise, there would be an owner that would look at the fact and say, Pat Gold spends a lot of money in my store. You idiots better keep him happy. But no, there's no franchise owner. There's no owner there. The managers don't care. The employees are underpaid, overworked, and that turned into a problem. So once again, I had to fire the parts store. But now the good thing about it is there's an O'Reilly store on every corner. I mean, literally, within another mile, I have 3 of them within my shop zone that can deliver to my garage. It's not like there's only one of these. Now, if they get rid of half of them and put the good employees in the good and retain the good employees, get rid of the lazy ones and the idiots, because trust me, the level of idiocy in those parts stores is just amazing that they actually are. If they didn't have a computer to look everything up, these guys would never be able to figure out what car part they need or anything like that. So anyway, the good thing is I made it through the week on the first week with a new employee, and there were a couple of issues that broke part here. Forgot to put on an oil filter, which is almost a fireable offense in my opinion. But yeah, we made it through the first week, and we both made money, and I think we're both happy with that, and I hope this next week is the same thing. Today, what I got to do is this truck bed that's all beat up over here. Throughout my back still being messed up because I still feel it, and it took a while to get it where I could just walk around and everything. I mean, it's bad. And today I gotta finish painting that because kid wrecked it, had no insurance, ran a red light, somebody tagged him. And yeah, and I also think the frame might be a little bit tweaked now that I got the junk off of it. I think there's a little tweak to that side right there. But anyway, today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint that bed that you just saw in the back. And yeah, that's what I'm doing over here. I haven't done any rocking and a rolling or a rolling and a rocking here lately because, yeah, when your back is all jacked, there ain't nothing you want to do but put that heating blanket on it and, you know, that heating pad and sit there in the chair and not do a damn thing. I'm literally a little scared to go over here and finish making this other panel I need for Johnny because I'm like, damn, man, that one broke my back. But today, we're going to paint this thing silver, and hopefully I can get at least the paint job. It ain't gonna be perfect. I already told them it ain't gonna be perfect. This is a used bed, and I've been doing body work on it and body work on it, trying to get all the dings out of it. And what do I find? I missed some dings up here. But I'm gonna paint it anyway, and if he complains about it, then I'll come back and spot fix them. You know how it goes. It is what it is, and we're all full of jizz. All right, guys, well, that's it for the day. There's your little upper rocker pat, upper dater. And I need to get Jackie off the lift and give her a bath. But I am super pleased to have those lifts. It's been 7 years that they have been sitting in the corner. And now they're rocking and a rolling and a rolling and a rocking and making me some damn money. All right, guys, y'all keep rocking and a rolling and a rolling and a rocking. Because I got some painting to do today.